NFT space is kind of fizzling. Why bet big on this now?
Well, Dapper and NBA Top Shot's really, really important for the league. And I was an early investor in Dapper. And I still believe very, very much so in capturing of moments and using those video assets as tradables, capturing memories. But they've tended to be aimed at collectors, and we wanted to, at our teams, to make NFTs understandable and make them approachable. And so we've launched a series of products to our customers, to people that follow the teams on a worldwide basis. Some of them are free, some of them are priced very, very low. And the whole idea was to get people to trial it, to experiment, to understand what NFTs are about. And it's really, how can you create memories and create currency so that your fans have a more digitized, more engaged experience. And it's all within, I'd say, this platform around gamification and data and gambling, direct to consumer, and really trying to take our brands and our platform and bring them out on a worldwide basis.
Well, speaking of currency, you're in such a unique position as an investor, but also an owner. And I'm curious for your thoughts on crypto, players being paid in cryptocurrency, stadiums accepting cryptocurrency. How big a future will crypto play in professional sports? And are you concerned about the volatility when thinking about long-term adoption?
Well, right now, I think that we're in the high end of the market and the top of the funnel. If you remember, I started life at America Online. There was 1 million people online, and our goal was to get everyone online, make it accessible and easy to understand. And that is what has to happen with crypto. I mean, just trying to open an account on OpenSea and having them bump you over for your wallet to Coinbase, and then trying to OCH your money in. It reminds me of the old days and opening an e-commerce account. And so our goal, because we touch so many consumers on a worldwide basis, is how do we become more populist with all of the technologies? It's one of the reasons I love esports so much, that you can basically get online, download the app, play some games, see how you're doing against your peers, and if you're really, really good, you can become a professional esports player. Right behind me, you'll see the NBA 2K championship that we won last year. My prediction is more people will have entry into the NBA via esports and video games than they will in getting into an arena, or subscribing through cable, or even direct to consumer. And so esports, gamification, we're seeing things in the gaming space. We were an investor in Revolution Growth in Draftkings, which went public, created a lot of value for our investors. We're also big investors in Sport Radar. They'll be going out soon. And the globalization of gamification in sport, and being able to have a rooting interest in the outcome of the game or the outcome of a play, really is a huge, huge growth business.
Now, you mentioned Draftkings, which of course just extended its pact with the MLB. I was watching the Home Run Derby last night with my little baseball fans. Our own Matt Olson hit the Draftkings sign, and there was a big giveaway as a result of that. Do you think that Draftkings would make similar agreements with the NHL, with the NBA?
Well, I think all of these next generation companies are advantaged, like a Draftkings, FanDuel, in that they're not being positioned as hospitality companies with a casino wrapped in it. They're big data companies. And so Draftkings has been growing very, very quickly. They went out and built $20 billion plus in value, and they're pretty simple to model. It says each state legalizes, and more states want to legalize. They want to take commerce that's been done in the shadows and bring it out into the sunshine, and it'll create jobs. It creates taxes. We just opened the first sports book in an arena. We did our deal with William Hill. It'll probably do $250 million worth of handle in the first 12 months that it's open. It's created a whole new vector of growth for sports books for William Hill by making in-context gaming within an arena where sports fans come. And it really just starts to show the power of the platform of professional sports in a way that we can nest and test and bring out to a wide base of consumers and partners a lot of new technologies. And these technologies around NFTs, around direct to consumer, around streaming are becoming really the main driver of the overall media business. You look at BAM and BAM Tech and how that has spun out to create a Disney Plus, and now Disney Plus, it has 100 million subscribers, and
Right.
ESPN Plus is streaming and growing like you can't believe. And so all of that really was created off of the jump point of the sports platform.
The big debate is continuing about the NCAA and students, getting paid for play. The door seems to be opening, but what are we waiting for? Are we waiting on Congress? Do you think it's enough that brands, name likeness is enough, or should schools be paying the players?
I look at it as almost like the blockchainification of business, making sure that everything is in the light of day, that there's a general ledger. I think paying the players in areas outside of just scholarship makes a lot of sense. It's certainly on the right side of the morality, if you will, of the industry. And I also think it'll change collegiate sports. I think that the G League in the NBA, the AHL in the NHL, that now young players might go right from high school into the G League and be showcased and get paid and be able to go right to the NBA after their first year. And I think you'll see a lot of change where, as you were talking about in the previous speaker, where power is moving to the worker, well, power is moving to the talent, and that they can create big followings, become their own media companies through social media. I think it's a good balancing right now, and that if you're going to be an athlete, you should start early. You should have this as a career option, if you will. And I think what the NCAA done is smart. It's a shame that it had to be almost forced to do it because they were being unfair to the athletes.